Good evening. I'm Landon with Myrmidon Press. Today, we're going to talk about Warrior Studies 101. Stick around. Welcome. So today, we're going to talk about Warrior Studies. It's a term, I like to think I came up with it, but it's probably a mashup of conglomeration of things that I've learned along the way. But Warrior Studies, just a basic definition of what I consider a warrior study: a subject, skill, behavior, or habit that is studied, learned, or perfected to make a more complete warrior. Okay? You can substitute warrior with seamstress if you wanted to, right? You're learning subjects and skills related to a field. That field doesn't have to be a complete field, it could be a partial field. But I feel like a warrior, that is mostly what all of us need in life. We need a little bit of warrior here and there, okay? And a more complete section of that is just going to help you in your everyday life. So I'm just going to talk about some points about how to start your warrior studies journey, what you need to learn personally, all right? So the first point, mindset. Mindset is the most important part. Without this, the rest of the system crumbles. Okay, if you don't have the proper mindset for anything, how are you going to get anything done? We show up to work maybe with the improper mindset, but that's not entirely true, is it? Your mindset is to show up and get paid. Okay, if your mindset was to show up and do a good job and get paid, it's a different mindset. All right, so first thing when you're adjusting mindset or developing a mindset for warrior studies is capability. Do you need to come up a level in physical fitness, in mental awareness, in dexterity, in something that you might need to improve on in your life? Is there a surgery you need to get? Do you need LASIK before you start this journey on whatever task this is? Is this a thing where you might have to go to other unrelated courses to even start? Okay, mindset and capability is where we all figure that out. Next is intent. Intent's self-explanatory. What is your intended purpose of learning this skill or perfecting this skill? What is it that is going to add to your life that you intend for it to have an outcome for? Purpose, also self-explanatory. Intent and purpose are two different things. Intent means what I mean it to do. The purpose is how it's going to fulfill the intent. Motivation. What's your motivation behind it? Is it personal? Is it something you've observed in the world? Is it the fact that you now have children that you need to watch after and you feel as though you need to learn new skills to be up to the task? Capacity and limitations. Listen, motivational speakers out there will tell you there's no such thing as limitations. Yes, there are. There are things that have to do with capacity and limitations. Do you have the capacity for this mindset? Is this mindset going to alter your everyday life? Odds are yes, but hopefully in a good way. Limitations. Are there bottlenecks? Right now, if you want to learn how to shoot, the bottleneck's probably ammo, right? Okay, fine. Well, you have to work around that. The bottlenecks are there in every field. Okay, if it's a field like Egyptology, there's not a lot of Egyptologists out there for you to study under. The bottleneck is finding classes. Okay, so that does it for mindset. Okay, most important. Then the obvious, books and training. Okay, books and training are two things you can do on your own. Books you can find and buy and read yourself and take notes on. A lot of the books I have are highlighted, underlined. There's typically a note page shoved in there somewhere. And yeah, maybe later on I need to go create a 3-ring binder and put all those in there. But those are important. With the training, right, either you're self-taught, someone else taught you, or we'll have a third option that I'll discuss here in a second. But first off, adjacent skills. Is there a book or a training that will help you do your job or help you achieve this purpose for your warrior studies? Okay? Warrior studies isn't about taking up the blade and learning the sword. Sometimes it's about picking up your first aid kit and figuring out how to fix something. You cut yourself with a chainsaw, it's an adjacent skill. It's trauma medicine. Learn how to do it, okay? Adjacent skills. There is a tree of skills that come off of this one subject. Then the third way to learn, especially through training, is an unintended apprenticeship. Learning through proximity. If you work at a lawyer's office and let's say you're not even a paralegal, you're a secretary, or you're the guy that gets coffee, you're an intern, you are going to learn someone else's job by proximity. It's not hard. This is how regular apprenticeships work all the time. If you wanted to be an electrician, you just show up and ask an electrician if you can help out, and you learn along the way. Unintended apprenticeships are typically free, and you're already doing your job or something else while you're there. You're knocking two birds out with one stone. All right? Books and training are important. They're very self-explanatory. Let me change boards here, and we'll discuss the next couple topics. Landon talks about Egyptology. I'm going to have to get a book and training to learn this Sanskrit. He writes on the board. God, my handwriting is awful. I am such a caveman. Okay. Next step. Practice. The skills you learned in books, the training classes you went to, you need to apply it on your own and practice it. Skills vanish in time. And they don't typically last long. The shorter your training, or the longer it was you read that book ago, the quicker it goes away. If you take a 2-day training class, it won't take long for you to forget some of the really good things you learned in there. So practice. First thing, self-accountability. Self-accountability is important. You can't practice properly, you'll develop poor habits, and anybody will do this over time. Accountability does not have to come from you. You can practice with other people as long as they hold you accountable. When you go to the range and you miss a shot, you might go, "Ugh, I jerked the trigger on that." Or your buddy might go, "Hey man, I saw you jerk the trigger on that." Those are two very different kinds of accountability. Next is realism. Okay? How close can we get to the real thing? When you practice being a seamstress, you are doing the job. But, my example, making fire versus range time. Okay? When you make fire, it's as realistic as it was for you learning about it. Because at the end, you create fire. Range time goes back to self-accountability. Was it the same as when you were at that class with a professional coach? Or was it not? Did you slip? Ability. I understand there are things that are difficult in life. You got kids to schedule. You got to take the dog to the groomer. You have to go to the grocery store. Fitting these things in when you can is amazing in its own. It's a task. It's a job in its own. But practice makes perfect. Okay? And perfect practice makes perfect. All right? Ability. Integration. So integration into life is where all of the things you learned and read and practiced and getting your mindset right gets put to the test. Okay? So I like to think of this as concealed carry. Everybody, that first day you concealed carry, you were always touching it. You're worried everybody was seeing it. And it grew on you through time. But you did these steps the right way. You went to the class. You probably learned about firearms when you were a kid. You showed interest in this. Okay? What I think about integration done the wrong way is when we go to the gym. Okay? I don't know about you, but I didn't go read Lou Ferrigno's book on lifting before I went to the gym. I just showed up. And then I learned. I integrated the gym, I practiced the gym, and then I learned about the gym. And then I developed a mindset. It's mostly universe for some people. Okay? So the integration part, it needs to be planned. Definitely needs to be planned. So the first thing about integration, what's the mental and physical cost for you? Is it going to make you uneasy? Is it going to cause you physical discomfort at the end of the day? I hope not. But these are things you have to consider. Change. Does it bring positive change? Does it change anything at all? When you conceal carry, yeah, it changes a lot of things about your day. But does it change you as a person? Maybe, maybe not. It's debatable. Did it give you comfort or confidence? Okay? You carrying that gun around, did it make you comfortable or did it make you confident? I guarantee you when you started, it made you comfortable, knowing that you had it. But the longer you had that weapon on you, the more you realized it is not a magic wand that makes a bad guy go away. Okay? Later, after you'd received more training and you were learned in the subject, you became confident. Okay? Confidence makes integration wonderful and worth it. Did it even work? Did it even work? Did the holster I buy even work? Did the weapon I get, is it too heavy? Does it not carry enough ammo? What is it about it? Can I not carry extra magazines for it because of this? Is there a restriction in my state? Do I need to adjust? Is basically what the did it work question asks. What do I need to change? Do I change anything? Do I adjust something? What do we do from there? And then teach it to others. Don't just do what I'm doing. Go talk to your friends. Tell people about what you've learned. Show them that you've integrated it into your life properly. And if they want to do the same, have an impromptu apprenticeship with them. Teach them. Show them where to go. Don't let them filter through this. This is what I want to do for you. I want to filter out all the stuff, pull out what I know and what I've learned and what I think helps, and show you directly to it. And maybe later on you can come to me and show me something I missed. That would be wonderful. I would love to learn something from somebody on this subject. That would be great. If there's somebody out there that has warrior studies of their own, put it down in the comments. Give me the first book you read that sent you on your journey. I want to know. Because guess what? We can always do book reviews. Okay? So, we have mindset, books and training, okay, informative, practice, and integration into real life. Keep that in mind while you're out there in the world doing what you need to do, warriors. Okay? Keep the warrior studies up, keep your family safe, and you stay safe.